back to our channel. We're Cary and Cris and we've been traveling full-time for the last 2 years.
We weren't really sure where we were gonna go, so we just had to pack for everything, every climate, from frigid cold to Death Valley temperatures to humidity, rainy season, snow, and we're just gonna show you what we packed.
So to make this a little bit easier, we're gonna break it up into 5 segments. We're gonna start with the
essentials. Alright, let's do it. Doodly-doo, 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 doodly-doo.
Alright, number 1 on our essentials list is a power strip.
For obvious purposes, because usually you have to charge more than one thing at one time.
And a lot of Airbnbs and smaller hotels, they only have one plug. So this is super duper useful. But with this, you will also need a universal adapter like this one.
Yeah, you can find them in any airport, any travel place.
I think we bought this on Amazon or something.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple more of the years. They really don't last the longest. They do break. They're not super durable. But
this one has lasted us at least 6 months or so.
At least, and it's worked in every country we went to so far. Super, super, super useful. And this one also has 4 USB charging ports. So if we need, we can just use this in a pinch to plug our stuff in.
There's labels for where you are, like that, and different types of plugs. So yeah, super useful. Next up, microfiber towels.
It's super useful for everything. Hers is a bit smaller, and I chose more of a bigger one.
Yeah, this is huge.
It's good for a blanket, it's good for a pillow. Anytime you're at the beach, sometimes the place you're staying you don't have a towel or they don't give you a towel. Sometimes if you want a quick shower and you don't have time to wait for your towel to dry, these are better because they're microfiber and they dry super quick. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and it's completely dry already.
And they're super compact too.
They're super compact, so I carry one in my carry-on bag everywhere I go because I use it on a daily basis pretty much.
Packing cubes. So he has a set of 4 packing cubes. I have a set of 3 packing cubes. But these aren't just packing cubes, they're compression packing cubes. So they're kind of like vacuum seal packs where they really compress your clothes together. It's easier to organize your clothes or separate your bottoms from your tops.
It's more efficient for your luggage. There's no way we could have brought as many clothes as we did without these. We can fit everything from cold weather gear to all of our summer stuff.
Our check-in luggage is also carry-on size, so that if we have to pay extra to check it in, then we'll just carry it on. So we pretty much travel with only carry-on, but if we can check our bags in, then we will. Yeah, but yeah, it's compression, so this extra layer of zipper, it kind of flattens your clothes.
Compresses
your clothes. Yeah, I'm just explaining just in case they don't know what it is. Okay, next. Pocket Wi-Fi and an extra phone. If you have a phone that can do dual SIM, then you won't need an extra phone, but it's always been super handy if you want to buy local SIMs. And the Pocket Wi-Fi, we use it everywhere. We've used it in most of Southeast Asia and Australia and New Zealand. We used it around the US, and you just you refill the load. There's an app on your phone where you can buy like $4 for a week in Australia for 5 gigabytes or something like that. So it's super handy, especially if you always need Wi-Fi when you're traveling.
Yeah, it's perfect when you get out of the airport to get a car or a cab or get directions places you won't have Wi-Fi. Smaller airports don't have Wi-Fi, and that's always the challenge, trying to figure out where to go from an airport. It's also good for day trips too, when you don't have a map downloaded on your phone or the internet's super poor or goes out, especially in like power outages, brownouts. It's happened more than a few times where this thing was an absolute
lifesaver. On top of that, talking about Wi-Fi, another essential will be a VPN, because you won't always have your own Wi-Fi, so you'll need to connect to other Wi-Fis, especially airport Wi-Fis or public Wi-Fis. Your information can be at risk of being hacked. So if you have a VPN, we use Surfshark, not sponsored or anything. But yeah, if you have a VPN, then you won't be afraid to connect to any Wi-Fi, because then your stuff will be secure. Next! Power banks.
Power banks for obvious purposes, it's power bank for when you don't have an outlet available. If I need to explain this, well, that's a whole different thing. I actually carry 2 power banks with me. I carry one readily available, and I keep a smaller one with my headphones, just in case, because I use this really often.
Yes.
So I actually always have a backup, and it's more of my emergency one if we need to absolutely charge a phone, or for some reason my flashlight's dead,
or a pocket Wi-Fi,
or to charge the pocket Wi-Fi. So I have a much smaller one that I always keep charged as just kind of a reserve.
I have this in my bag at all times.
Yeah, she takes it out just on like trips to the mall and stuff like that.
Yeah, very useful. Sink plugs and laundry detergent sheets. If you're gonna be traveling long term, you're gonna have to wash your clothes, and unless you want to find an Airbnb with a washer every time you need it,
or try to find a laundromat, which is also a super pain sometimes.
Yeah, always be prepared with some laundry soap sheets. These are like paper thin. You open it, and then they're like separate sheets. Mine got wet, so they're probably all stuck together. Oh no, see, they're just like super thin strips that you put with your
a couple in the sink,
clothes.
A couple in the tub. It rinses nice, and it cleans super easily too. And then
a sink plug.
And a sink plug, because a lot of times places won't have a drain cover for their sinks or even a shower. This is actually super useful too. And these you can buy absolutely anywhere.
They're flat.
I've even used bandanas to cover sink plugs, but this one's nice that it makes a really good seal.
And it's flat, so it's super easy to pack. Medicines and first aid kit.
Pretty cut and dry. A lot of people, don't bring them with, because usually Band-Aids and stuff are pretty readily available. But I do carry a nice little small first aid kit with me everywhere we go. Antibiotic ointment, Band-Aids, gauze, Dramamine, Tums, just, painkillers. Anything you might need while you're actually in transit and not somewhere. I have used this and repacked this after every trip we've ever taken, everywhere. Super small. I mean, it might look a little fat, but it's got everything I need in here for any sort of minor emergencies or need be.
Yeah, and then in my bag, we have all our medicine, which is like pills or things that you ingest. So before we left, we went to a travel doctor who gave us like malaria pills, who gave us hepatitis A and B shots, like everything that we would need. When she asked where we were going, we pretty much said everywhere. So she gave us all the vaccines and every single medicine that you can think of. So this isn't necessary, but if you want to be super safe about it, then ask your doctor. But we have this. These are all the prescribed pills that she gave us. And then I have a smaller one that I keep in my smaller backpack, so it's more accessible. It's just like a small medicine kit thing with compartments.
So this is pretty much a downsized version of this.
Yeah.
Everything from
smaller version of this.
Allergies, like she said, malaria, traveler's diarrhea, constipation, headache, hypertension, food poisoning.
Yes, I have a little bit of each.
Anything you'd possibly need in a lot of places where certain diseases and bacteria infections are more common. We have antibiotics for everything under the sun. This is really good to have.
Yeah. But definitely recommend for you to have a big one and a small one. So if you're ever going on a trek or on a hike, or if you're gonna climb Mount Everest or whatever you want to do, you don't have to bring your entire first aid kit, and you can just put it in a smaller container that can fit in a
and that's one thing. And that's one thing we asked about too, is TSA and airlines. Are they gonna question all these pills and prescriptions that we have if they don't have a label on them? So what they told us that we can do is just take a picture of the actual label, and then we can put them in any container we want. And when they question us, no, here I actually have a prescription of this, and it says a description of the pill and so on and so forth. No one's ever asked us about it or anything, but just to be careful, because getting stuck at airports abroad is no fun ever. Next, and super important, we bring some flashlights and headlamps with us everywhere we go. We've used them very often, from plane rides, bus rides, train rides, Airbnbs.
Just walking in streets.
Just walking in rural places, at night. They're super handy. I think I carried 2 in my bag.
Oh, this is big. Oh, this is yours.
And then plus a headlamp in my larger carry-on bag. It's got a lantern on it, super simple. And I have a really nice True Light one, which is actually magnetic. So this is good for, I can stick this anywhere, anytime, and it's super handy. And it has a reverse clip on the back of it. So you can put it on a hat if you want, or a hood, or your backpack strap. This thing is super useful, and it's super bright. But
super bright.
Yeah, super bright.
And you will need it. We're gonna sound super paranoid with all of the stuff, but we've been traveling for 2 years and we've had to use all of this many times.
Yeah, these are absolute essentials. Maybe we bring one extra flashlight than we need, but we've used them. We just used these last week, actually.
Yeah, we did actually.
Yeah, and it was a domestic flight somewhere else in the Philippines, and there was a brownout. And guess what? We were the only ones that actually had flashlights, so these were super useful. This turned our bad night into a great night. Always handy. Always keep it in my pocket when we go out.
Next up, we've got small tools and gear patches. Let's do the gear patches first. Gear aid.
Gear aid patches. So they're waterproof fabric patches. They're good for jackets, they're good for tents, they're good for tarps, polyester, rubber, plastic, leather, anything. I think I've had one of these on a pair of pants that I've been using for like 3 years, and it's still running pretty good.
I have it on my bag too because it's ripped, but it looks like this. It looks like this, so it's kind of invisible a little bit when it's black.
It's advertised as a permanent adhesive. There's actually cross-section lines on the bottom too, so you can measure it for just what you need. We've used these a bunch of times too. We bring these everywhere, and some of the clothing items that we've used these on we still use because they work that well. These are super cheap. You can get them on Amazon. This is my second pack that I've had. I think I just get the clear and the black ones.
Yeah, super useful. We have this on a bunch of our clothes because we do a lot of stupid shit, and it rips our clothes, and we don't want to buy new ones, so we use these.
And then
small tools.
Phillips screwdriver, bottle opener, mini pry bar, and I actually put this one on a whetstone for a few minutes, so it does have one small sharp tip. This is good for so many things. It's a little beat up, obviously because I use it a lot.
But it's never gotten confiscated.
I just wrapped this up with my hair clippers, and it's never gotten confiscated because there's no sharp edges, there's no tweezers. It's a small piece of metal.
Top tip: bring sharp stuff with your shaver.
Yeah, 20 plus
or
countries
coins.
later, and no one's ever taken it from me. So that'll always come with me, and if I ever do lose it, I'm just gonna order another one. I think this was like $18, which is a bit expensive, but it seems pretty invincible at this point.
Okay, next we've got an electric lighter.
Yeah, this one might seem kind of silly, or can't really bring a lighter on the plane. You bring one pack of matches, but this thing has proven to be invaluable. The one thing about electric lighters, you can bring them on airplanes. Any airplane will allow them. There's no regulations against them. We use this a ton in the camper van, anything from candles, for fabric. If I can't really bring a pocket knife on me, this is almost like the second best thing. This is an arc lighter. It's just rechargeable, super cheap. If I lose this, break this, I don't care. It wasn't expensive, and I can always get another one. This comes in super handy in places with kitchens, places without kitchens.
And it's rechargeable.
Yeah, it doesn't take up much space. And I had a really nice one of these that I gave it to a gift to one of our friends in Vietnam because he loved it so much. He's never seen one before, so I had to buy another one. But that's how useful this thing has come in.
Next up is the flight flap. This is something that may seem silly, but literally we cannot imagine ever flying without it. It's the most useful thing. So you can bend it whichever way you want, like this. So usually you can hang it on the back of an airplane. Cut to a shot of us using it in an airplane.
It's just a
magic
thin sheet of foldable metal around a little bit of foam. I think this thing is super dirt cheap. We've had it forever.
Like $10 or less.
We use this on long flights, train rides, bus rides, anything.
It can hold anything. It's surprisingly strong.
It's ridiculously strong, and it's just this tiny little...
Yeah, it folds flat.
This thing's great. I can't imagine going anywhere without this.
Sometimes he'd put a switch on it and we can play Mario Kart on the plane.
So sometimes we play Mario Kart with this little thing.
Yeah.
Noise canceling headphones, I don't think I need to explain why. When you travel all the time, sometimes you really just want to drown out everything.
Yeah. Sometimes you get sick of just like the sound of the airplane that goes.
It really can turn that hustle and bustle, especially if you're in like major cities. There's always a ton of people and cars and noise, and you just kind of want to get away and escape and remove yourself from that noise pollution. These save my mental health.
It's especially useful for hostels if you have roommates and they snore, or they're just loud and they're still up and you want to go to sleep. Noise canceling headphones can be super useful. It's big though.
Or they party. They are a bit big, and I definitely make the sacrifice to bring these with, but I do use them on every trip. I use them when I'm trying to sleep and I want to drown everything out. I use them on planes for long flights, even short flights or odd hours flights. This can help me fall asleep. It is super bulky, which I'm not happy about, but it's for me it's worth it because I would lose my mind.
Next up, insulated water bottles. All my stickers fell off, but anyway, these are the most important thing you will have in your life as travelers, because you will always be thirsty.
These are super fancy and super expensive. There's a lot of features. You open it, you put water in it, and you drink it from it.
Wow. Water is not included when you buy it though, but it doesn't run out of batteries.
Yeah, that's pretty basic. They're heavy, but especially in hot places, cold water is life. And airports, there's free water.
There's no point in buying water at the airport. You should just have a water bottle and refill it everywhere you go. Yes. Next up, scarf. Stop! Scarf. This is my best friend. You can use it as a pillow. You can use it as a blanket. You can use it as a scarf, especially when if you're planning to go to Asia and you need to get into temples. It's gonna be super useful for you. You can cover up all your extremities because you cannot show your arms and your legs and your entire body, so you can just like hide in it. It's the best thing ever. I just need this on the plane and it'll be everything I need, even an eye mask.
She named it Mr. Scarfy. Can you name it Scarface?
Anyway, scarf, a woman traveler's best friend. Oh, and you can also use it as a sarong or a towel.
Or a sarong. Yeah, that's
good. Up next are things that you would normally never ever think would be useful for you, but have been absolutely essential for us.
Yeah, super silly stuff that I just keep in my toiletry kit, pretty much, that we use all the time. S-hooks, that's a huge one for shower curtain, hanging laundry, drying your super sweaty hat, drying your scarf.
Yeah, hanging your hygiene kit.
Hanging your coat up. I've done laundry and had to use these to hang my laundry in front of like a fan in the room just to dry them off because there's no windows in the place.
They seem super silly, but they are just ridiculously useful.
Yeah, I'll bring 3 or 4, and that's pretty much it. Carabiners, all shapes and sizes to hang your water bottle, bags, everything.
You'll always need to hang your stuff.
Yeah, you'll always need to hang your stuff somewhere, and I'll keep maybe 2 or 3 of these in my bag. And she keeps breaking hers, so I just keep giving her the ones from my bag. I don't even know what these things are called. Paper clips?
Clippy things.
Paper clips? It's not really a paper clip. What is that?
I'm pretty sure there's a name for this.
Yeah, there's probably a name for it.
But yeah, it's for clipping things.
Yeah, a lot of fasteners. We have a lot of fasteners.
Yeah.
I do use these for laundry lines.
Yeah, or if we can't fit something in our bag, we'll just clip it to the side sometimes.
Yeah, clip it to the side. I don't use these too often, but I'll keep like at least 2 in my toiletry kit, and it's kind of nice because they work in tandem with your S hooks. Just
Magic.
I got wet shoes. I'm gonna hang these for a night. Not gonna be wet anymore.
And then
Most important. It's an elastic. It's a small elastic bungee tie. Raincoats, jackets, bandanas, water bottles. This keeps all my useful stuff super tight, and these are good for anything. Fasten anything to your bags, your purse, your luggage.
Uses it to put his shoes on the outside of his bag.
Yeah, I'll strap my shoes to my bag with these. These were, oh man, like what, $2 for like 12 or something like that, or cheaper than that.
They're super useful though.
Super useful. I usually don't take too many extra ones with me, but my towel, raincoats, just anything that needs to be tight and compact.
Yes, and rubber bands.
Rubber bands are always a big one. I know we have so many fasteners. I've gotten a habit of just any rubber bands I get, I'll put them around my water bottle. From sealing bags of food to tubes of toothpaste, toiletry stuff,
If
chips.
something breaks, so you need to just keep it together for another day.
Yeah, chips, snacks, put them on your shoes.
Yeah.
When she loses her hair ties, I got rubber bands. And they don't take up any space because I just throw them in my water bottle. My water bottle's always with me, so.
Yep. And last but not the least, a good dry bag.
Yeah, this is just
Another self-explanatory.
12-quart dry bag. We roll it up. Usually I'll put delicate electronics or something if we go out for a day trip. Wet clothes is another big one. A change of clothes if we're going somewhere, if it's raining. If we go to the grocery store and we buy frozen food, I'll use this as a grocery bag so it stays cold.
This is the best one that we've had so far. We've had a lot of dry bags, but this is like the thinnest and it hasn't broken yet. We're pretty rough with our stuff. We break our stuff all the time, but this one has lasted the longest. And it's super thin. It's Osprey. I think we bought it off of a surf shop in Hawaii or something. But you can buy this online on Amazon too. And it folds super duper small. It's as small as a handkerchief.
This comes in for obvious reasons to keep water out of your shit you don't want water in.
Yeah. Or to put your very stinky socks in so that it doesn't make the rest of your clothes stinky.
Had to do that before too.
And that's it for essentials.